Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening at whatever time you're watching this video, right? Let us start with the Limitation Act 1963. This is one of the most important and the minor bare act which is applicable for your syllabus. Expectation of questions would be around 4 to 6 marks, right? So what we do before we start the act, we'll be first understanding an example why this Limitation Act, right? If you are comfortable, it is advisable you take a running notes, right? Point number 1, the name of the act is called what? It is called as Limitation Act 1963. Logically speaking, prior to Limitation Act 1963, prior to independence, we used to have a separate act called Limitation Act. See, after independence, the old act was repealed and they have introduced the new act. Second, though the act is of 1963, it is applicable from what date, It is applicable only from 1st of January 1964. Act ka number 1963, but it is applicable from which year? From 1st of January 1964. Okay sir, very good. Point number 3, how many number of sections we have, The total number of sections in this act is from 1 to 32. Section number 1 to section number 32. These are the only section numbers applicable, right? Completely 32 sections. Point number 4. Sir, do we have any schedule in the act? Answer is yes. We have only one schedule in the act. But it is not called as first schedule. It is called as the schedule. We will see why the schedule, because it's the only schedule in the act. Point number 5. Why Limitation Act? Yes or no? Why Limitation Act? Question is why we are learning this. No doubt, one, because of the applicability in the exam, and second, why government introduced the Limitation Act? Because logically the name itself says there should be a limit for everything. Do you agree? Limit. Now what does this limit stands for? Let us understand with the help of an example. Example తీసుకుంటాం, ఈజీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. కొన్ని వర్డ్స్ వాడతాను, అది మీకు అర్థమైనట్టు చూడండి. What is the objective of today's class? The objective of today's class is to understand why government has introduced the Limitation Act. What happens if a case is beyond the Limitation Act? Matlab, if it is beyond the limitation period, right? We'll simply go with an example. One simple example, sir. Remember this example. Throughout the chapter I'll be using this example. Let's say Mr. A is there, okay? Let's say Mr. B is there. He is the person who is called lender. He is the person who is called nothing but what, sir? Borrower. అప్పు ఇచ్చాడు ఎవరు? మిస్టర్ ఏ. అప్పు ఎవరు తీసుకున్నారు? మిస్టర్ బి. ఓకే, మిస్టర్ ఏ హాస్ గివెన్ అ లోన్ టు మిస్టర్ బి. హౌ మచ్ సే? సార్ rupees 10 lakhs. Don't go into rate of interest, all those things. Mr. A has given a loan of rupees 10 lakhs to whom? Mr. B. Okay, what is the date of loan? He has given the loan on 1st of January 2021. Very good. See, whenever you give a loan, you also make an understanding when it will be repaid. The understanding or the contract was it should be repaid by B within 2 years. Matlab B is under obligation to repay this amount within a span of how many years? 2 years. Okay, so A has given a loan to Mr. B. The loan amount is rupees 10 lakhs. The loan was given on 1st of January 2021. And Mr. B is supposed to repay this amount within how much time? Within a span of 2 years. Okay, done, sir. Point number 2. What happened? On 1st of January 2023. What is this? If you observe, exactly 2 years. Those are, 2 years have crossed, right? On 1st of January 2023, Mr. A has a right to demand the money. Do you agree? To demand the money back. That's called nothing but repayment. Who got the obligation to repay? Here Mr. B has an obligation to repay the amount. उसको repay करना है. Okay, what happened? On this date, Mr. B did not pay the amount. Mr. B, what, sir? Did not pay the amount. See what happens if you are Mr. A. What will be your feeling? నేను నీకు అప్పిచ్చా, రైట్? నువ్వు నాకు తిరిగి అప్పు ఇవ్వాలి. ఎన్ని ఇయర్స్లో? 2 yearsలో. Exactly on 1st of January 2023, when Mr. A has a right to take back the money, Mr. B has done a default. See what happened, here the right of, if you observe, the right of Mr. A is violated. Who violated his right, sir? Mr. B. So Mr. B has violated the right of Mr. A, where when A is demanding the money from B, B is not ready to pay. What he can do? See, generally in this situation, what you can do? You will try to initiate a complaint with the police station, because it's a money related matter and not criminal matter. Police department will always say, or police station will always say, it's a civil matter, please go to the court. See, if Mr. A decides to go to court, yes or no? Court, why he is going to court? Because his right got violated. He is deciding to do what, sir? He is deciding to go to court. See, whenever you decide to go to court in relation to violation of your right, there is a limitation. What limitation? There is a limitation of period. Within what time you should go and approach the court? In this example, the limitation period is how many years? 3 years. Why 3 years? Because as per Limitation Act 1963, in these type of cases, schedule of the act is very, very clear. Whenever your right is defaulted, please approach the court within a span of how many years? 3 years. So, taking the story further, what happened? He has given the loan to B, లోన్ ఇచ్చేసాడు, రీపేమెంట్ డేట్ వచ్చేసింది, మిస్టర్ బి రీపే చేయట్లేదు కాబట్టి మనవాడికి ఇంకా మిగిలిన ఆప్షన్ ఏంటి? యాజ్ పర్ లీగల్లీ హీ కెన్ అప్రోచ్ ద కోర్ట్. నౌ what is the time period written in the what you call the Limitation Act? You should approach the court within a span of how many years? 3 years. So logically, the last date, layman version, the last date to file a case or a suit against Mr. B. So A should file a case on B on what date, sir? Within 3 years. Now that is nothing but 1st of January 2026. If you observe, 1st of January 2026 is the limitation period, or you can simply say last date, or you can simply say what, sir? Last date. Is din agar paisa is din this day, if you don't file the case, after this you cannot file the case, the court will not accept. Now continuing the story further, what happened? Imagine Mr. A, due to his negligence or due to some friendship with Mr. B or due to lack of knowledge of law, he tries to file the case on 17th of January 2027. Try to understand carefully. What he is doing, sir? Imagine Mr. A wants to file a case with the court of law on what date, sir? On 17th of January 2027. Now why so much late? God only knows. Maybe he is not aware of the law, someone has not guided him properly, or maybe based on friendship he thought paisa no problem, we'll recover. He made a negligence. Now what happened? If you observe this date is beyond the limitation period. Do you agree? This date is beyond what, sir? Limitation period. That is in this case the limitation period has been expired. What happened, sir? The limitation period has been expired. Now because the limitation period has been expired, will the court take the case? Going further, what will happen? Point number 5, when he approaches the court will simply dismiss the case. They will not even admit the case. Why? Court will simply say, no sir, you should have come to the court within a span of 3 years. Because you are not filing the case within those 3 years, we cannot provide you. Court is telling, we cannot provide you any remedy. What is the law, sir? Law is very clear here. In a case, if someone is filing a case in the court of law beyond the limitation period, what he will lose, sir? He will lose the remedy. See, what is the general law? General law says whenever you have a right, you have a remedy. Right unnappudu remedy undadam sadhyam, obviously, right? If your right is getting violated, court will involve and provide you a remedy. But there is a limitation period. Who provides that limitation period? This act called Limitation Act 1963. In our example, the limitation period was how many years? 3 years. From where 3 years? From the day the amount was due. From which day the amount was due? The amount was due on 1st of January 2023. From there, if you apply 3 years, it would be 1st of January 2026. Did Mr. A file the case? No. He filed the case very, very late. He filed the case when, sir? He filed the case on 17th of January 2027. Now, what is the reason of late you leave it? The court will say only one thing. Sorry, sir, we cannot admit your case. This case is dismissed. And thereby, will A get any remedy from the court? Answer is no. Am I clear, sir? So, you should please understand, sir. Point number 6. Whenever the limitation period is expired, yes or no? What will happen, sir? You will lose remedy. You will lose what, sir? Remedy. But still what you have? You have a right to recover. Confusion, huh? Sir, how did he lose remedy? The remedy was getting involving the court. मतलब न्यायालय में इन्वॉल्व चेसी कोर्ट को इन्वॉल्व करके you could have involved the court and get the money. The court could have passed the order, sell the assets of B, recover the money and pay to A. That remedy you have lost, sir. But only thing what is left with you now, right to recover. See, this right will be there with Mr. A for his lifetime. Even after the death of A, not the legal heirs of A can exercise the right. But in this case, involving a court would not be possible. Who kept this limitation, sir? Why is losing this remedy? Because of the act called what, sir? Limitation Act 1963. You got an idea now why Limitation Act? Government says very clearly, every civil matter, please note it, not the criminal matter, every civil matter has to come to the court within a limitation period. If it comes beyond the limitation period, the court will not admit it. This means you will lose a remedy against the right, but still right continues with you. Am I clear? Now what will happen? Just an example 6, sir, what will happen? Imagine, point number 7, imagine on 19th of August 2030, somewhere on 19th August 2030, Mr. B pays the amount to whom, sir? Pays the amount to Mr. A. Now try to understand, does A have a right to recover the amount or not? Yes, he has the right to recover the amount. Will he get rupees 10 lakhs or not? Yes, he will get it. Now try to understand, A always has the right to recover that amount, but not the remedy. Now imagine a case, sir, I am B. Example, I am B. I was not aware of this limitation act. I have paid the amount. Somewhere on 19th of August 2030, I have paid the amount to A and told him, sorry, late ayipindi, unchukondi, please keep this amount. Then someone said me, Arey, why did you pay? Limitation period is anyhow over, he could not have recovered. Can I take back my money from A? Answer is no. Because once you have given the money to A, obviously he has a right over that money, right? Na? So can you take back that money from A? Answer is no. Am I clear, sir? So A came in, sir, in this case, A has a right, and with that right, he got the money from B, but B has paid it voluntarily, not because of court intervention. Am I clear, sir? So this is the basic understanding of your Limitation Act. Now, see what is going to happen in this act called Limitation Act 1963. What we are going to learn, but different nature of suits or appeals. What is the time period? When you should be always vigilant, you should always go to the court within that period. You should file your case to the court within that period. If you get late, the court will not be able to help you. The judiciary system will not be able to help you. Am I clear, sir? Can we start with this? See, this is how your act looks like. It's a very small act, sir. Hardly 24 pages. See, what is my advice, before at least in second class, you take a printout of this act ready. Act ఒక కాపీ ప్రింట్అవుట్ చేసుకొని మీ దగ్గర రెడీగా ఉంచుకోండి. ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ వస్తే మీరు కూడా ఓన్గా చదువుకోవచ్చు, అంత హార్డ్ ఏం కాదు. వీఆర్ దేర్ టు హెల్ప్ యూ. ఐ మే క్లియర్, సార్? షెల్ వి ప్రొసీడ్? See, I have made a beautiful presentation for you. So maybe Limitation Act will be covering in a period of around 5 to 6 classes. This presentation will also be shared with you. Shall we start? Right. Point number 1. What is the name of the act, sir? It's called Limitation Act 1963. Repeating, sir, what is the name of the act called? Limitation Act 1963. When it was passed by the Parliament somewhere on 5th of October 1963. Does it mean that it is coming into force from the same date? Answer is no. It will come into force from what date, sir? From 1st of January 1964. Just casually you have to remember, sir, otherwise this does not have any importance now. This act comes into force from what date, sir? 1st of January 1964. Okay. How many sections are there in this act? The answer is, it starts from section number 1, ends with what, sir? Section number 32. Hardly very few sections. Therefore, total number of sections in this are from section number 1 to section number 32. Hardly 32 sections. To be very precise, there are few sections which already got deleted. Like if you want to just casual, I'll show you. Like example, there are few sections which got deleted, like section number 28, repealed. Repealed matlab deleted. Section number 32, what is the answer? Deleted. Repealed ho gaya. So we need not read all the 30 sections also. We are supposed to read only few sections in that. But what is the total count of sections? Section number 1 nunchi section number 32. See, these sections have been grouped into different parts. Likewise, in this total act, we have how many parts? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. You need not buttify this, this is only for information right now. So, section number 1 se leke section number 32. These 32 sections have been grouped into how many parts? 5 parts. Apart from this, we have one schedule. You don't say first schedule, you simply say the word called what? The schedule. We use the term called what, sir? The schedule. Sir, what is this, sir? See, schedule is the most important thing in the whole act. Sir, why, sir? Why you are telling this is the most important thing in the act? Logically, for which type of suit or for which type of application or for which type of appeal, what is the time period it is given in this act? E act lone 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, 6 months, 3 months, 90 days. E schedule only rasundi. Am I clear, sir? If you go and read this schedule, you will come to know different type of civil suits. Not only that, you will also gain the knowledge when you are supposed to file that suit. Because if you are late by even 1 day in filing the suit, gone the case will become barred by limitation. Barred means the court will not be able to accept your case. Am I clear? So, what will happen? Just I'll take to your running notes. See, in this act, this schedule, one schedule only. I am not naming it one schedule. You can use the word called the schedule, right? The schedule has 3 parts. The first part is in relation to suits, cases. The second part is in relation to matter of appeal. The third part is about applications. Applications we will learn slowly. Suits, appeals and applications. Right now, for suits, timeline is different. For appeal, timeline is different. For application, timeline is different. What is discussed here? What is discussed is limitation, period. What is discussed here, sir? In schedule 3, government has discussed limitation for a period. For these type of suits, for these type of appeals, for these type of application, what is the limitation period? Now see, common sense, all the suits will not have a same limitation period, right? Thereby, see, government has classified different type of suits and given a number to it. Those numbers are called articles. Careful, those numbers are called nothing but what, sir? Article. Like article number 1 to article number 113 is all about suits, cases. Article number 114 to article number 117 is all about what, sir? Appeals. Likewise, article number 118 to article number 137 is all about applications to the court. Am I clear? Suits kosam different obviously answer untundi, appeal kosam different answer, application kosam obviously different answer. So ఒకసారి యాక్ట్ చూపిస్తానండి, చూడండి. So have a look, sir. Just for your knowledge, I'll just erase all this so that your understanding would be easy. Have a look, sir. This is the Bare Act. చూడండి. See the name of the law. It's called the Limitation Act 1963. Am I clear? Part 1 has 2 sections. Part 2 has these many sections, it goes up to 11. Part 3 has section number 12 to section number 24. Part 4 has 25 to 27, and last all miscellaneous parts, residual part is given in part number 5, which goes with 28 to 32. So total how many parts? 5 parts. Total how many sections? 32 sections. Am I clear, sir? Okay. Sir, what about schedule, sir? Schedule is given at the last. Have a look. Yeah. See, act completes at page number 11. This is the schedule. This is how we teach you, right? Have a look, sir. Schedule है. इन सबको हम लोग schedule बोलते हैं. Have a look, sir. This is called the schedule. Only one schedule, huh? Either don't use the term called first schedule. Simply use the term called what's a schedule, right? So schedule has how many divisions? 3 divisions. First division is all about what, sir? Suits. Going further. And say take some time to understand how we are reading it. It goes up to 113. Yeah. Second division is all about appeals. And third division is all about what, sir? Applications. First division suits, second division appeals, third division is about what, sir? Application. This PPT is all about this. This small summary information is given here. So time ekkada raasundi, sir. Time ikkada raasundandi chudandi. If you observe, most of the cases you will find 3 years here. So generally we use example of 3 years. The money related matters, account related matters, mostly you will find 3 years everywhere. Have a look. This schedule we read in the last class. I'll give you an overview of the schedule. Anyhow, you need to read this right now. So I hope you got an idea. Act lo ఎన్ని సెక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయండి? 32. ఆ 32 సెక్షన్స్ని విడగొట్టారు వీళ్ళు. ఎన్ని పార్ట్స్లో? 5 పార్ట్స్లో. అలాని షెడ్యూల్ ఉందా? ఉంది. ఎన్ని షెడ్యూల్ ఉంది? ఒకటే షెడ్యూల్ ఉంది. దర్ ఇస్ ఓన్లీ వన్ షెడ్యూల్. ఆ షెడ్యూల్లో ఏం డిస్కస్ చేశారు? లిమిటేషన్ పీరియడ్. విత్ ఇన్ వాట్ టైమ్ యూ షుడ్ గో టు ద కోర్ట్ అండ్ ఫైల్ యువర్ కేస్ ఆర్ మేక్ ఎన్ అపీల్ ఆర్ మేక్ ఎన్ అప్లికేషన్. సార్ ఎంత టైం ఉంది? డిఫాల్ట్గా ఉన్న టైం ఉందా? ఆన్సర్ ఈజ్ నో, సార్. ఈచ్ కేస్ ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్ అండ్ గవర్నమెంట్ హెస్ గివెన్ డిఫరెంట్ టైమ్ లైన్స్ ఫర్ కేస్. ఐ మీన్ క్లియర్? లైక్ అపీల్స్ మ్యాటర్లో, అప్లికేషన్ మ్యాటర్లో మ్యాక్స్ టు మ్యాక్స్ 6 months. In just suit case, it can be somewhere between 3 years. It can go up to 20 years also. 20 साल 20 years तक जा सकता है. Am I clear? Am I clear? Right. So have a look, sir. Limitation Act 1963. Applicability is clear. Number of sections are clear. Schedule, only one schedule. Schedule has how many parts? 3 parts. Suits part, appeal part, application part. Shall we start? Right. This example already I have given you. A is giving loan to B. Hello. A is giving loan to B. This is the loan given date. This is the date on which loan is given. Okay. When is supposed to repay back? Within 2 years. So what is the due date to get the money? 1st of January 2023. So what is the limitation period in this example? 3 years. So when should have Mr. A filed the suit? He should have filed the suit on 1st of January 2026. Imagine if he files the suit. Well said. No problem, right? Now, if he does not file the suit within a span of this what you called 1st January 2026, what will happen? Court will not help you. Court will not even admit the case. It will simply give away the case saying that sorry sir, this case is barred by limitation. ఈ వర్డ్ జాగ్రత్త. పీరియడ్, ఒక పీరియడ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మీరు కేసెస్ ఫైల్ చేయలేరు. ఆ పీరియడ్ని లిమిటేషన్ పీరియడ్ అంటారు. సార్ ఎందుకు అలా సార్? నాకు రైట్ అయితే ఉంది కదా. మీకు లైఫ్ లాంగ్ రైట్ ఉంటుంది, కానీ మీరు కోర్ట్ హెల్ప్ తీసుకొని ఆ రైట్ కోసం రెమెడీ అడగలేరు. యూ లాస్ట్ యువర్ రెమెడీ ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ ఫైల్ ద కేస్ విత్ ఇన్ దిస్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. In this example, if I continue further, in case if no suit is filed by Mr. A, no remedy from court, as the case is barred by what, sir? Limitation. ఈ వర్డ్స్ జాగ్రత్త సార్, ఈ వర్డ్స్ రావాలి. ఇట్ ఈస్ బార్డ్ బై వాట్ సార్? ఇట్ ఈస్ బార్డ్ బై లిమిటేషన్. పీరియడ్ అయిపోయింది, దయచేసి కోర్టులో రావద్దు. ఇంకా ఈ కేసుని కోర్టులో తీసుకురావద్దు. కోర్ట్ విల్ నాట్ హెల్ప్ యూ. యూ హ్యావ్ అ స్టిల్ రైట్ టు రికవర్ ద అమౌంట్, బట్ యూ కెన్ గెట్ ఇట్ సెటిల్డ్ అవుట్ సైడ్. కోర్ట్ విల్ నాట్ హెల్ప్ యూ. ఐ మే క్లియర్? ఓకే. నౌ జనరల్ పాయింట్స్, కొన్ని పాయింట్స్ నాలెడ్జ్ కోసం, జస్ట్ ఎగ్జామ్ కోసం మే నాట్ బి ఇంపార్టెంట్, బట్ ఎస్. ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ జనరల్ పాయింట్స్ అండి. ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్, జనరలీ వెన్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ రైట్ ఉన్నప్పుడు రెమెడీ ఉండడం కామన్. వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రైట్, యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రెమెడీ. అలా నీ రెమెడీ లైఫ్ లాంగ్ ఉన్నది కదండి. ఐ మే క్లియర్? వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ రైట్, యూ హ్యావ్ వాట్స్ అ రెమెడీ. లా హెల్ప్స్ ఓన్లీ దోస్ హూ ఆర్ విజిలెంట్ ఇన్ ద రైట్. విజిలెంట్ అంటే Telugu translation I don't know. Vigilant means a type of awareness. You should be aware that if your right is violated, what you should do. You should go to court of law, take a help of a lawyer, file a case.